Welcome to part 3 of this video series on evaluating internet sources. This video will focus on the criteria of purpose. Let's go back to our two examples, Dr. Elizabeth Loftus and Andrew Wakefield. Many of the websites that feature Dr. Loftus or her work are intended to educate, to share new information, or to spread knowledge. For example, in her TED Talk, Loftus discusses the research that she and her colleagues have carried out concerning human memory. She lays out the evidence she has gleaned from her research and allows space for her audience to decide what to think about it. She is not attempting to persuade her audience to believe her blindly, nor is she selling a product. TED's website notes that they are a non-profit organization whose main concern is the spread of knowledge and new ideas. It should be noted, however, that TED, who sponsored this talk, do offer books for sale on topics unrelated to Loftus's research. In contrast, the purpose of Mr. Wakefield's interview is not to provide the audience with scientific information or an explanation of his research. Rather, the purpose of this interview is to persuade his audience that a media conspiracy, and not his own behavior, led to the charges of unethical research and unprofessional conduct that cost him his medical career. The entire purpose of the website that features this interview is to sell copies of a film that Wakefield directed. Both of these videos are directed at an audience of lay people. That is, they are intended for a general audience rather than an audience of scholars or experts. Resources that are intended for a general audience can still be considered reliable and authoritative. However, this means that the audience must be extra vigilant in determining the purpose of the resource and the weight of authority that they should grant to the author or creator. So, it's good to keep these questions in mind when evaluating the purpose of a website or other internet resource. What is the purpose of the information? To entertain? To inform or educate? To sell? To persuade? Who is the audience for this document or site? Experts? Scholars? The general public? Part 4 of this video series will look at the criteria of relevance and coverage.